Well, it's my first day back after a really long weekend off with July 4th and playing golf and then taking another day off. But it's Monday and the markets are still on vacation. Very slow, very, very choppy. Found one trade to take, tried to let it breathe, and we're going to go and recap that right now. If you didn't know, all of these trades happen on my live stream, which happens every morning, market open, on my main channel, Trades by Matt. So come hang out at 8:30 a.m. over there. And I am trading my 20 50k Apex accounts. You can use code TBM for the best discount always. Right now it's 80% off on every account, every size. So good luck, and let's go and dive into the recap. Yo, good morning. How we doing? Hopefully you had a great 4th of July. I did. It feels like it's been a long time, because it has. I haven't been here in like since Wednesday or something, or Tuesday, almost a week. Let's see, I golfed on Wednesday, shot a 99, not very fun. However, we were playing Wolf and I was down $150 until the last two holes. And on the last two holes, we do you can bet up to half of your losses, and then you can bet full losses on 18. And I won 17 and 18 on Wolf. So I ended up being down $0. So that was fun, even though I shot 99 and my handicap dropped to an 18.3. The 4th of July, I got nice and crispy. We were out on Lake Austin, got burned, but very fun. Friday, went to the lake so that Scar could see grandparents. And then Saturday, we went to the pool. It was a very outdoors themed weekend. Very fun though. Dinner looked amazing. Yeah, we went out to dinner last night. Some of our friends couldn't make the reservation and they got charged if no one showed up. So we just took the reservation. It was so hot and Say night spent so much time outside. Here, the key is that you need water, man. You have to have like a swimming pool situation. You either need to be at like Barton Springs or the lake or a pool. I'm not just going and sitting outside, minus golf. Anyways, good morning, everybody. Great to see you all. Friday, we ripped. I took a few trades on Friday morning. I know I didn't stream. I took a few trades that morning, though. And then I didn't watch the rest of the day. It looks like we just absolutely ripped, though. We're sitting at 20,600. Very flat overnight session so far, seemingly. Overnight lows 80s, overnight highs 40s. So that's a 60-point overnight range. Opening up almost flat right now. We got a minute and a half till we open. We are opening up just right around yesterday's value area high. I mean, if we push 60, 650 or so, you kind of anticipate we continue the run because we're pushing the overnight highs. We're pushing yesterday's value area high. Obviously, we'll have to see where volume comes in at the point of control. But I mean, we are actually at... A couple days ago, Thursday, maybe Tuesday, we were talking about like not shorting all-time highs when we were like down here. And I was like, well, we're not really at all-time highs. Now we're 600 points higher and we are at all-time highs. So I really don't want to be, I'm not going to be shorting top tick new highs. Just personally, it's not my vibe. I don't enjoy that. We end up usually just like breaking out and running, even if it's slow. Sometimes it's fast at all-time highs. So I just don't like to short it. Shorts are the rocket fuel for higher moves. So now that we are at all-time highs, I won't be looking necessarily for shorts as we are top ticking new highs is a better way to say that. If we have like a very clear channel to the downtrend, a very clear channel down with lower highs and lower lows and all that type of stuff, getting in short can make sense. But on new high top ticks, I just don't like it. We are inside yesterday's value area as of right now. VWAP is a little bit lower, down at like 610. And yeah, I hope you all trade well and let's have a day. Oh yeah, CPI week. I forgot to talk about news. I knew there was something I was forgetting. No news today. Fed expectations at 10. Tomorrow, nothing really. Wednesday, we've got crude oil, if you're a crude oil trader. And then Thursday, we got jobless claims, CPI at 7:30. And that'll be a mover. And then PPI on Friday. So first half of the week, nothing really. Second half of the week, should get some movement. Dude, I hate having my 5-minute chart not on 10 points. But the 10 points seems too small. It needs to be like 3 or 4 right now. And there's a new push into the highs. Nice little ripper, 30 points straight up. Basically, almost 30 points straight up. Yo, chat, if you haven't, make sure you press the thumbs up button down below. Let's get lit so that I can read out the dad joke of the day. We need 420 thumbs up, so click it. All right, it's lit.
It's lit. It's lit. It's lit.
So we have 3 dad jokes to spice things up right now. Wow. Wow. Everyone's still hungover. Yeah, I feel that. Not necessarily the hungover part, although I do feel like I have heartburn after this last weekend. I'm old. All right. Oops, I accidentally ripped off 4. All right, 3 jokes coming up. Ready? July 5th. We're going back in time a little bit. It's easy to convince ladies not to eat Tide Pods. It's harder to deter gents. Man, I bet your days just are not the same without this type of cheese in your life. Saturday the 6th, Sunday the 7th. This weekend. What do you call a bee that never made it into the hive? A wannabe. Four out of 10. That is tough. I did not like that one, but I did like the detergents. I thought that was pretty clever. All right. July 8th. Why is sand so optimistic? It has a can-do attitude. The detergent one was my favorite. All right, I got 4 minutes till I'm greenlighted to trade, and let me tell you, it feels like we're still trading holiday hours right now, to be perfectly honest. This has been the longest 11 minutes since the open ever. Not actually, but it feels like a very long time. Like already chopping VWAP. We're at all-time highs. We're 11 minutes into the day, and I still can't even look at anything on like a 10-point range really yet. It's not looking good. I always like to take it slow after holidays. Easy to come out guns blazing, and it doesn't usually work for me. Yeah, I completely agree. And that's something I kind of forget to talk about every now and then. But whenever anybody takes time off, they come back, and a lot of times, and I historically have suffered as well, it feels like you just want to click a lot of buttons and make back a ton of money that you lost because you're feeling fresh and you're ready to go, and like you lost the sense of patience that you had been developing, etc., and that you kind of curated over vacation. You like lose it all in like 10 seconds. So it is a friendly reminder to just take a breath. All right, 1 minute till I'm greenlighted to trade. Wouldn't say it looks fantastic yet by any means. This might be an early session, boys, if we don't spice it up pretty soon. Okay, there's the push into the new highs. So that's like, I mean, that's a 20-point 1 minute candle after us chopping 5 points. It's just hard to get a read on that, in my opinion. Delta's still looking decent. We're at all-time highs. It's very hard for me to want to fade this. I would rather get in long. It's just like with hardly any movement, it's very challenging. I mean, this is kind of a dirty smack. 30 points, over 30 points down now. 33, back into VWAP. Like at this point, I mean, I think eyeing the 09 rotation is pretty decent. Maybe even like current low 600. All right, 30-point candle. 30-point 1 minute candle. Top of the hour, 9 o'clock. It's about to go sideways after this again. We got juice down into the 80s, honestly. I'll be watching the overnight lows. I also am very tempted to snag 600. But with this juice below, it feels like the return to the mean is not the play yet, but apparently it is. It's hard to read this. It says easy read. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think that the snap 600 buy there after the sweep is not terrible risk, and I probably should have taken it. It's a fairly cheap trade when we come back inside the prior low after the sweep below it. But I just feel like so many times we've seen like a heavy candle like that just immediately rotate through all of it, and I just didn't want to get hooked. But now we're right back to VWAP, which makes sense because like the 9 o'clock hour flushes, right? You get the nice little move out of it, and then we just suck back into VWAP and go sideways. Count that as a ligma? No. To me, a ligma is side by side. For instance, this would be a ligma. Side by side peaks. I'm not talking like, you know, where there's a lot of action in between. I like side by side. So we had a low, we kicked it, we made a new low. We had Delta making a low. We pushed up, Delta failed to make a new low as price made a new low. That's a ligma. Delta divergence, right? And then we ripped out of it. Now, if you could be any animal, what would he be? Maybe a bald eagle. So American. It's not even the idea of it being American. It's really just like, I think it would be very cool to be able to fly. I've always wanted to fly. I think I'm gonna get my private plane license at some point. Private pilot license. But I think it'd be very cool to be able to fly. And then if I'm gonna be an animal, I'd rather be like an apex predator. And I feel like a bald eagle is fairly apex predator. I don't really know what hunts a bald eagle, if anything. And like, they just go and they dive in the water. They take a quick little like swim, come out with some food, and then fly away, and they live in the mountains. Sounds epic. High mortality rate. Guess what? Everything has a high mortality rate. Hate to break it to you, but so far everything ever has had a 100% mortality rate. Their eyes have LASIK. Exactly. Okay, that was a nice slap. GG's to whoever asked the animal question. GG's, honestly. Yeah, and they can't be hunted. Exactly. They're just out there just living their life, man. Living their best life. Truly. Okay, we're gonna sweep the lows. Moment of truth. Should I have bid 600 again? I just don't want to be I don't want to step in front of it, to be honest. These are like terrifying candles, and then all of a sudden it just snaps back. The answer was yes. Okay, yeah. 2 times now. It just is not it, man. It is so hard to buy that. A 20-point yank when we haven't been moving at all, and then you just throw an order at 600 for shits and giggles, and then it works. Would have been cheap too. Yeah, I mean, technically, you're right. Stop at 96, I guess. And then if I put it up right now, it's gonna just free fall. And if I don't put it up, we're gonna snap back into the range. Not really clear why you would not like to take a trade. Yes, it is a range, but we can still do it from border to center. Okay, let me explain it to you like very, very simply then. I don't short the top of the range because we're at all-time highs. Okay, so that takes off that entire trade idea. The second trade idea is to buy the bottoms. Both times we've tested the lows, one, we didn't know that this was going to be, at this one, we didn't know this was actually going to be the bottom of the range. This one, we had an idea that 600 might hold, but Delta was super heavy. It was a massive slap into it, and we had a ton of liquidity waiting at the overnight lows. Me catching that is about the one thing that is guaranteed to push us all the way down. So yes, you absolutely can play the chop range for sure. Absolutely. But for me, I'm not going to take shorts because we're at all-time highs. That's stupid. And buying this during the midst of this was insane. I got to like it enough to be willing to spend, $4 grand on the idea. And right now, I don't like any of the ideas enough to spend $4 grand on the idea. Well, one second. We're about to push the range again. I'm going to take the stab long. See what happens. Right around 600. We got Delta being pretty heavy. And we got wicks that are about to probably get run. Give it just a hot second on the quick flush of IB. So classic. I even said it. If I get in, it's going to snap. All right, let's see if we eat it back up into the range. I mean, honestly, back into the middle of the range, yesterday's close would be pretty clean. We've seen it a lot, right? Into volume again. I don't know. It might be too greedy. But I'm gonna just wait and see if we get a push out of it or not. Needs to kind of catch a little bit more legs here, obviously. Stay above IB. Get back above 610 would be looking pretty decent. Having a hard time so far. It's these two little wicks. And we're like 610. $30 seconds left on this candle. Closing doji here. I really want to see us kind of push it. If we close the doji, I'm gonna have to kill this probably. Close strong. Oh, blue line. I'll go retest. I'm going to move my stop break even here. We already retested my entry once. If we retest it again, I would imagine we flush it. So now I'm just going to be hands off. I could take the 10 points or right around 10 points right now, but I like the idea of us kind of getting sucked back into the range. So I'm going to just try and be patient, see if we do it. If not, probably just call it. Call it on break even on the day. Unless we get some movement later, but it's worth it to just kind of wait and see. I think right now, going back into point of control, middle of the range. I don't know. I like the idea, but it just needs some more legs. We're rejecting those wicks right now in value area low. Needs a little bit more legs, and close above 11, 12. I think would look really good. But kind of sweepy. Music change for the pump. Needs to get through the 1 minute order block. This looks like I get stopped out. All right. I think it ran right up to 10 points. Maybe right at it. Maybe a little less. Maybe 185 or something. I'm fine with the stop out here. I imagine we rotate back to IBL, if not lower. But for a whole lot of chop to then reject it, I don't know. I don't really know what that means, to be perfectly honest, which is why I'm out of the trade, because I don't know. I have no idea what it means. Back to IBL there. Took what? 10 and some change of drawdown maybe, and then I honestly don't know, and then 8 up or something, and ended up break even. I guess I'm down commissions right now. I'm down a tick on some of these plus commissions, so $144 total on the day down. Definitely not the end of the world, but I don't know. Could have gone away with a base hit. It's a tough one there though, just because we've seen it snap the 20 points up every time prior. So I think I stand by. I don't know. I see it both ways. I'm just trying to think about like vibe check. What could I have done better was probably keep it for a true base hit, but on a day where we haven't seen a ton of opportunity and we have seen the 600 produce 20 points, then looking for a one trade situation doesn't sound terrible. I don't know. Tough call there.